big fan of his. And I met him at some event, and he had asked to meet me personally. And I went, you know, and he walked up to me and he said, "I don't know what to say to you. I've just waited for this for so long. I thought I would never get this chance to meet you," and I'm going. And he truly was a Star Trek fan. You know?
I mean, I think
we did, and he said, "And I never miss an episode." Well, you know, that was #1 for me. And he was a wonderful, wonderful human being. And he took me and introduced me to his family and his kids, and his kid was like, "Daddy, do you know who that is?" He had brought me to introduce me, so brought them in to introduce me, and they said, and I said, "Do you know who he is?" and that was true. They said, "Yeah, that's what everybody says." He was truly a wonderful human being. You know, he's just down to earth, and yet until you met him, he was Dr. Martin Luther King. And when you met him, he was still Dr. Martin Luther King. But somehow, this icon landed and was your friend. And he was my dear friend from that day on.
Amazing.
And his family and all, he took me to meet his family, which was like outrageous, was unheard of, as I found out, you know, because he kept his family very guarded, you know, very, and his son said to me, I said, "How does it feel like to have a dad named Martin Luther King?" And he says, "I'm Junior." And he said, it's wonderful until they find out, you know, because he just goes as Martin. And he said, I said, "But how does it feel?" He says, "Is that what your son said? Ask your son." Because to me, to them, that's his dad. And Dad brought Lieutenant Uhura to the house to meet him. I mean, that was kind of like, he said, I just went up 10 marks.
Yes, you helped him. You helped him with his status in his own family, for sure. Yes. And he encouraged you, in turn, to stay on the show.
No. By this time, we were friends, you know. And so, about 2 years or more, and I had this opportunity to, shooting the show, finished with the show. And I had this opportunity to go and star in a Broadway show, which is my heart, because I was raised as singer, dancer, actor, the theater, you know? And here I was going to be on the theater, and in New York, and my heart is pounding now. And so I was going, so my friend was saying to me, "So, you know, how's it going?" And I said, "Well, I'm very excited, Martin." I called him Martin.
First name basis.
I said, "I've got this offer to, you know I love the theater." He said, "Yes." And I said, "Well, I've got this offer to go and do this incredible Broadway show." And he said, "You can't." And I said, "What are you talking about, Dr. Martin?" And he said, "You're in Star Trek." And I said, "But yes, but I already talked to the producer, and he understands." And he said, "We don't." cannot leave the show. You're very important on the show. It's called Star Trek. You're the communications officer. Chief communications officer. You tell everybody where to go. I cracked up and I laughed so hard. That is so funny, but it is, I really have this up. He said, no, I'm not being funny.
Well, he did all of us a service by keeping you on the show as well.
Well, me too.